This is weird. We're doing it differently, but we're doing it live. Welcome to the Disc Only Podcast. It is so weird not seeing the usual Robert Cop intro. Welcome to Disc Only Podcast, a podcast that apparently has a man on the street today. I'm Proton John.
I'm Tom. I'm in a car. I'm the man on the street. I'm currently driving right now. This is the third stream that I've appeared in today.
That is impressive.
I'm Steven, and I saw Tom earlier today.
I'm Jared, and I hear Tom now. Tom, you should stop by my place, lol. I live one state down.
Go out of your way now.
Hopefully on the west side. I could probably hit you up on the way back.
I love the phrase "one state down," as if
One state down.
Our states aren't huge. It take hours to cross.
Bro, it's
a standard state unit.
It could be worse. It could be Canada you're trying to go through.
I was about to say, because me and
worse.
Erica just got back, and going from province to province is ridiculous.
The drive from my home province to where I live now was a week.
Ooh.
Yeah. But we had to take a ferry to get off Newfoundland, so.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I definitely, Steven, me and Erica need to come up and hang out for a little bit. For like a day. That'd be fun.
Do it. We're here all the time.
You want to come up the same day that I'm going back down there?
When is that? Or can you?
We'll talk about it after the stream.
Okay.
Here's my exact location. Please show up right now.
It's not what I meant. You know that. Welcome to the Docs Only Podcast.
One of you is going to have to do me a favor, since I cannot watch a screen right now, as I do not want to crash a car. One of you is going to have to take my place in describing what has appeared on the screen, if it warrants a reaction.
Can we vote for that? My vote is for Steven.
All right.
I guess seconded. I guess.
Yes, I need to hear Steven's both reactions.
Try to describe these,
and also descriptions, because it'll be comedy to me and to everybody listening, hopefully.
Currently, it says Disc Only Podcast,
and there are four heads.
I was gonna say, we feel like we did this bit once before already.
Listen, all comedy's recycled. All right,
that's true. All comedy's derivative.
So did I tell you all about
it happening? It's always new.
Did I tell you all about the time that I got a phone call from Dream Guy, and he lives at Outback Stab House?
When I first picked up my Stepmania machine.
Yeah, I was like waiting for that. I'm like, come on, where's the Stepmania mention? Nope.
Listen,
Dragon Ball.
I'm sorry about that.
I had just been talking on the phone, in the shower, of course, where I use my phone.
Welcome to the callback episode.
It seems we have a guest. What sandwich do you like to eat?
John, this is your chance to show some really bizarre stuff to force Steven to describe. Oh, that's too much power. That is so much power. I'm going to abuse that right now.
I was going to say, that's more up to the fan artists.
Oh, no, you should see the Duke I just got on stream right before I actually jumped into the call. It is, let's say it is relevant, and this is going to be great for the audio podcast. They're going to love it, because it's not going to get picked up by... Oh, I didn't even turn on... Right, I'm not recording. Never mind. I got a little panic for a second, like, oh god, I really screwed up. No, I didn't. I'm fine.
The stream just
pull the VOD. Just pull the
VOD. just drops.
Let's see if this shows up. There you go. Here, Steven, describe what you're about to watch.
Okay.
Welcome to the shit show.
Oh my god.
Hey, what's in your sandwich?
I'm waiting with bated breath.
Embrace the beatdown.
Okay. Okay, so what occurred for everyone that has ears but doesn't have the eyes? It's Duke Nukem, but our heads were superimposed on various ones of them, and we say funny things.
Oh, okay.
Did you hear what
Did
the
I
funny
get-
things were?
Yes.
Would you like to repeat them?
Can't they hear it? Did they not hear the audio too? Was
The
that
video,
only
the
for
video
no.
streamer, the video watchers did, the VOD watchers did, but I don't know about the podcast.
Like, yeah,
listeners.
the audio podcast won't be able to hear it. I definitely didn't hear it.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
the
is what Tom does. This is Tom's role.
Oh my God. Okay. John said, "Welcome to the shit show."
Yep.
And Tom, I don't know. It was probably about fighting games. Mine was Tiny Eddie, and it said something about a sandwich. And then Jared had drumsticks. That's basically it. We've already spent.
You got
3
1
minutes.
out of 4 right. Half points for your own, I
Probably
guess,
about
too.
fighting.
Tom
My
was
vote-
just
Speaking of Tiny
screaming.
Eddie,
I'm so glad I voted for Steven to do that.
Tom was just screaming.
I already
Yours
forgot.
said, "What is your sandwich order?" And Jared
Listen,
said,
I'm
"Welcome
too
to the beatdown."
busy. On my other screen, I'm just, watching all these episodes of Big Bang Theory, so I can't even focus on what's even on my screen right
Dude,
now.
it's
Number one
so
fan.
funny that this is like the silly throwback episode because like basically most of my cast today was me playing old like Newgrounds music. Like
oh, nice.
like the entire almost the entire discography from freaking Paragon X9. I was thinking about doing some Water Flame, freaking just all the good stuff from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, man, Bazingo.
Oh my god.
So close.
I love it when Sheldor says Bazingo.
Sheldor sounds like a villain from like He-Man.
Great Scott, it's Sheldor.
I'm Sheldor. He's like super slow because he's a turtle.
So
I'm Sheldor.
I think that this is a great opportunity to expand our repertoire of topics from like 7 things to 8 things.
Okay.
Oh man,
What is
You're
our
driving
one new
a car.
topic?
You're driving a car.
I'm driving
And
a car.
I wanted you to talk about what it's like to drive a car.
What?
It's staying at a consistent speed to keep up with traffic. Make sure I don't hit anybody.
And
There's
when
a lot-
did you learn
there's
how
a lot-
to drive?
There's a lot of cars. I learned how to drive later than most. I got my license when I was 18.
Okay. And do you enjoy driving the car?
Yeah, but really, I'm just a passenger. The car drives me.
Are you letting Manatee drive?
No.
Because that's not the same thing as I'm letting the car drive me.
If I was letting Manatee drive, I'd be able to see and hear that funny video that John posted for everyone.
But would the car
true.
survive long enough for you to do that?
So does everyone else here drive? Everyone drives a car.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did anyone also get their license at 18, or everyone was a little earlier?
17.
17.
I did
17.
driving school, so I got it early.
I think I got mine at 17. I can't remember, honestly.
I think I'm with Dan,
okay.
actually. I think I got my beginners at 16, and then I got a graduate license at 17, and then when I moved up here, they mailed me my full license.
I got my first car whenever I was in I think I was a senior. So that was 2008, and my birthday is before the end of the year, so it would probably 17, yeah.
So in South
School year.
Carolina, you can get your beginner's permit on your 15th birthday,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get your full license 6 months after you have your permit. So I had
wow.
a full license when I was 15 and a half, because on my
Holy
15th
cow.
birthday, I went and got my permit.
This man wanted to be a roadster.
I
God,
have been driving for literally over 20 years. It's great. I love the car.
Did you do you still have the booster seat they gave you with your permit?
Tom, I came out of my mother like 6 feet long.
Do you see how tall he is, man?
I did not need a booster. There's never been a moment in my life.
It was more of a joke of how young you were when you got your license, but I realize that falls flat. Whether the fact that you tower over the rest of us.
When I was a baby, there were people that were like, "Why isn't your child speaking?" And my parents were like, "Because he's 6 months old," or whatever. So like, yeah, I've always been large.
Dude, they had to put a bucket seat in his car for him because he was so tall. It's like the opposite of a booster seat.
They had to put a dome on the roof of the car, a glass dome on the roof of the car, so you could see out it properly.
It was just a Flintstones car. That's all.
There's definitely been cars I've been in that I don't want to own.
Dude,
because I don't fit in them.
Like I enjoy Mustangs, but if you have more than 2 people, man, they're torture.
I mean, it's like flying as well. Like I'm 6'1" and like I hate how cramped flying is. I can't imagine how bad it is for Steven.
Yeah.
And this is the guy who's flown to China and Japan multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They just he just puts his head in the overhead rack and it's perfect.
The alternative is paying like a lot of money. So I would rather just be uncomfortable for 20 hours. That's fine.
Do you guys want me to do a man on the street bit right now?
Sure.
Please.
Okay, hold on. Excuse me, car! Other cars!
Oh my god.
Hello? They're not listening to me.
Good.
How rude are those cars? They're at least not.
Hey, do you want to be on disc only?
Have you heard of disc only?
I don't know, man. Anytime I'm driving down the freeway and someone screams, "I'm doing a podcast" at my car, I'm always willing to just respond to them.
Match their speed exactly so they can just feed the mic into your car.
Oh god.
Yeah. This is just a normal occurrence.
Remind me to never drive with Tom because he will invite me on his podcast.
No, never drive next to me. That's the thing. You can be in the car, you'll be fine. Don't drive next to me if you don't want to be in the podcast.
Tom is just always doing a podcast.
Remember that? Hey, Steve, remember that funny thing I said that possibly might happen while I was driving? I thought for a second it was going to.
That would have been funny and bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the thing
there was a cop behind me for like 15 seconds and he just passed me.
Oh.
Should invite him on the podcast.
Should invite him on the podcast, yeah.
License and registration, please, and microphone. I'll hop on here. Here's your man on the street today.
I mean, here's for my safety, I just keep the podcast. I just keep it rolling. You know, you just get the unfiltered experience. The cop might dox me, but at least it's recorded.
Well, I've only ever been stopped by a cop once, and I had a dash cam, both like for the exterior of the car, but then also shooting into the interior. So I have dash cam footage, like part of the vlog, for the one time I got pulled over.
Oh damn!
That was neat. Yeah, the cop was like, "Did you cut that guy off?" And I was like, "What?" And then he was like, "All right, you have a good day."
Now that is what we call in the police industry fishing.
Yeah, I think maybe he saw, like, he put his head in my car and saw that I had a dash cam and was like, "Ah, crap," and then left.
Uh-oh.
But I had no idea what he was talking about. And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
I need to shut my door. Give me 1 second. There we go.
I need to shut my door as well. 1 second.
So that's what that sound was. It makes sense now.
Oops.
Manatee, no!
I was gonna have to do a tuck and roll for a minute, but no, we're good. I'm closing the door.
I didn't think you meant by man on the street. You meant yourself.
Oh, yeah. Give Manatee the wheel, and I tuck and roll.
Man, the idea of doing a podcast in the car could be very entertaining. Like if your entire podcast was about, let's say, like picking up random hitchhikers.
Isn't that just
And
the I would say, isn't that just the Seinfeld bit, like comedians in cars getting coffee? But then I realized you were saying pick up random hitchhikers. So no, it's just psychopathic behavior. Okay.
No, I mean, I think it would be fun to interview, an unknown person. You're like,
there was a podcast on Rooster Teeth called Face Jam. They've since gone independent. I think they're now just called 100% Eat, and they like part of like the podcast process for them is driving to the restaurants to eat the food.
And then they eat the food.
Yeah, what essentially like what they do on that podcast is that they'll find like a limited time menu item at like different fast food restaurants and then like record themselves like trying it, describing it, and just joking around.
A lot of people in chat bringing up, Cash Cab, where like just a taxi would pick up random people and then start a game show.
I really loved Cash Cab.
The unfortunate part of that was, man, could you imagine if they accidentally picked up somebody who had to go to the hospital?
I feel like they would break kayfabe at that point and just be like, "Oh, we gotta move. We gotta actually do this."
It'd be funny if it was just like, "Listen, we're gonna." Jesus.
I don't know, man. It's America. You probably want to earn some money on the way to the hospital so you can help pay for your health care.
You can help pay for it, yeah.
If I'm bleeding out going to the hospital, the first thing I'm thinking of is, oh God, this is going to cost so much money. Oh God, oh God. So if someone is like, well, time for a little game show, I'd be like, oh, this is great. Really takes my mind off the fact that this.
Here's the problem: you get if you don't answer all the questions correctly on your way there, they just kick you out.
Oh yeah, they just drop them on the street, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's really an incentive to do well. Now listen, if you don't get the next question right,
you will bleed out.
Steven, your skills are needed.
Oh God! All right. Oh, what? Okay.
Oh, text-to-speech, Steven, and please describe this photo. From Dovey.
All right. So for everyone listening at home or wherever you are, I don't judge. There is an image of a crowd. The crowd is at the south end of the photo, and they are saying, "I am excited." And then above them is a floating, limbless body that's wearing a lightning bolt on it. And then the head is Pokemon. It's a Pokemon, and then it says Bazingo above it. And then to the right, like on the east side of the image, is a separate image that has been copy pasted, but it's like a JPEG, so it's still square, and it's of a small child doing the Home Alone hands on the face, and she is saying, "Great Scott, it's Sheldor," and then there is a small, tiny man in the top right corner of the image, and that's the image.
It's Scott the Woz. That's up by the word Scott. So
Scott the Woz.
We need a full podcast of just Steven describing.
I know.
Pictures.
I kind of want this now. It's kind of great.
Oh God. Anyway, now everyone that heard what I said now understands exactly what was seen.
It's
nothing.
Sheldor.
No one knows.
Down to the letter.
Oh no.
Bazangus.
Bazangus.
I don't like
Bazangus.
Bazangus.
Tom, I wish you could see this one.
I wish Tom was here to see this one. Like, I can still hear him.
No, Cactasia posted a GIF that says "We're on the road," and it's everyone's heads except yours, and you drive by in a car with Manatee. It's beautiful.
It is very good. It's very good.
You stole Steven's job, John.
That's what I do. I steal things from Steven.
You are never invited to his house again.
I'm sorry I had to
I'm
find
now
out this
looking
way, Steven.
around my room like, have you done that?
What is missing?
I'm not
That's
sure.
Haley's job, actually, is the first thing I see in chat. A couple people say that.
I mean,
Wait,
quite
Steven,
literally, yes.
where are your 96 Jordans?
Oh, they're in the lockbox. I'm fine.
Okay.
They're safe. Yeah, I lost a copy of Metroid. Don't worry, I got another one.
That'll be gone eventually too. Don't worry.
Eventually, all things will be fine.
All will be stolen by John.
Well, at least you'll know where everything is. At John's house.
It
But
is
what if I
helpful.
decide to not alphabetize his game so no one knows where they are?
Well, then they would just stick out. It'd be easier.
God,
Are you?
driving by billboards just reminded me of this billboard that was near a place where I used to live. It was a billboard that was like something along the lines of like, want to meet this guy. Let's call him Dave for the sake of this. Want to meet Dave, and it was like this, and it was there was like a URL, and that's really all it was. Like there was no like real descriptors on there. So I was curious, and I went to it. This was a website of a guy who was like an entrepreneur who like, I guess like made enough money to rent out like billboard rental money, I suppose, and was trying to find that special someone to spend the rest of his life with. Now you think that's like the world's most over the top personal ad, but like the other thing is that one of the descriptors on there was if you introduce me to the person that I end up marrying, there's a $5,000 reward in it for you.
Oh my god.
He has it's like the matchmaker lottery.
Yeah, it's like they had like a bounty on the woman he's gonna marry.
That's
It was, and that was just like over a liquor store near where I lived, and like I'd pass by and be like, someday, man, someday.
That feels like such a risk, though. I feel like you're gonna get like the weirdest people showing up.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah. Oh,
that's
I'm
the
trying.
setup for
I
a
guess
totally normal relationship.
Yeah.
it might have been like I don't know like what like the vetting process was for it, but it was like the website also had like some like details about it. It was like, oh, this guy is Australian and German, and he very much wanted to highlight the idea that he made a lot of money.
I mean, yeah.
He's got that billboard money.
Yeah.
There you go. He's got that billboard money.
Dude, billboards are not cheap. Let me
It's
tell
like
you.
I started my first business and sold it. And now I'm rich, and now I'm looking for someone to spend my life with.
Like I've actually bought a billboard before, and that crap is astronomically expensive for what you
Why
get.
did you buy a billboard?
Yeah, I'm super curious.
Well, I didn't buy a billboard. I bought a ad on a billboard because of the fact
That's-
that I was
yeah.
I was running a business out of my hometown, and I did it for about 6 months, and it's
So this
freaking
wasn't
expensive.
a Twitch.tv / the 8-bit drummer billboard.
No, God, no. I don't want anybody in my hometown to know what the frick I do.
Well,
At
just like
all.
just get a billboard on in a state and town that you don't live in. Like turn the entirety of Gary, Indiana into 8-bit drummer fans.
I am not going to do that. Also, you know why? Because it's too freaking expensive. That's why.
Well, good. I
Man.
thought you were gonna say it was because it was Gary, Indiana.
Well, no, I'm down. Gary, Indiana fans, like, come on into the stream. I'd love to have you. But yeah, I will not be buying a billboard ever again.
Michael Jackson.
They always
who?
say that.
No, only 8-bit drummer here.
Yeah. WKLR Gary, Indiana. We're playing the greatest 8-bit drummer hits. We don't know who this guy is, but he bought a billboard in our town.
Except we can't play them because they're all DMCA-able. Unless they like video game music, then I'm down.
Yeah. I don't know how big of a deal it is, but like, because like, I guess it depends on the game. Because I've heard one of my local radio stations in Austin play Stardew Valley music.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was like the local NPR station. They're playing the summer theme from Stardew Valley.
Tropicala, let's fricka go. I love that song.
I think I posted the a video of it on my Twitter somewhere. If I wasn't behind the wheel, I'd grab the link, but
Maybe don't.
Are you sure? I could drive with my knees.
I've never heard any video game music on the radio, and that makes me very sad. But I hear enough of it in my daily life, so I'm not that sad.
We drive around when we're in Reese's car. We've got Sirius XM, and she listens to like 80s on 8, and they always play like Zelda music, like as like their ad commercial break, or like Contra, or like stuff like that. Little sounds from.
Oh, that's sick.
Era.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's a neat idea.
I've already bothered Steven with this question a lot. Have Jared or John, have either of you tried the early access version of Aero GPX?
No, not yet.
It's really good.
I've seen really good things about it, and I've seen I watched Argic break it.
It is the F-Zero game that we've wanted for so long.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Plus, like the movement tech is really satisfying.
I forgot there was a bit going around with one of the devs saying that they were going to change the name to F Queero.
Yeah, because somebody thought that the cast looked too woke and called it F Queer, and he's like, "Dang, I should have named it F Queero."
It's a good name.
Oh my god. I've been addicted to the game Brotato for the past like month, I would say, and I finally got 100% on that. It's not freaking easy. Oh, I love that game so much. But now I'm back into Enter the Gungeon again.
Oh hell yeah!
I want to 100% it because I'm like 98% done on my Switch, but I was just like, you know what, frick it, I want to play through the game again.
I am torn.
We're getting that last 2%.
What'd you say?
Me or John?
Either one. Take your pick.
John said he's not sure what he wants to play in his spare time. I don't remember what I said.
Gotcha.
So,
I've been very slowly working through the second Golden Sun game.
Ooh.
I played through the first one completely, but not the second.
I played through the first one in June, and then in July I started the second one, and I'm still working through it. I'm getting close to the end, but it's a lot.
I've heard Lost Age takes a while.
I have very positive
Was that the one for the
opinions.
DS?
No, that's Dark Dawn.
Okay.
Golden Sun 1 and 2 are one long game. It's intended for you to like play them as one long game because the developers made one game and were like, "Whoops, too big," and then they split it into two. And the first Golden Sun game,
they pulled a Halo before Halo did.
The first Golden Sun game is very good. The second one is different. It's a little different. It's not bad. It's just really long and very obtuse in a way that is a little frustrating. Because for the first like few hours, it's like, well, clearly this is what I'm supposed to do. And then it just dumps you into the entire world, and it's like, well, good luck.
Golden Sun was...
I don't have that time, so I used a guide to figure out where to go.
Golden Sun was my first scripted fight. and I replayed that over and over again because I never let it. Like I always reset games if I died, so it took me a while to get through it, and I was like, "Oh, this is so fricked up." once I finally figured it out, I was like, "Oh man, dagnabbit, that was cool," because that was literally the first time I've ever experienced that, so I wasn't expecting it.
I played I remember when I played Mario Tennis for the first time, which was developed by the people who made Golden Sun, and then hearing the battle music from Golden Sun, I was just like, this is Mario Tennis. What the hell? Because if you listen to the the song that plays during like game points and break points, it sounds very similar to the battle music in Golden Sun.
It does. Golden Sun's got a really freaking ridiculous soundtrack, man. It's so good.
It's great.
I would definitely recommend the original Golden Sun for folks because you can play it on NSO. It's not terribly long. It's not like the story is not anything special. It's very like standard JRPG fare, but it's well done, especially for the Game Boy Advance.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're done, start the second one if you want, or just be like it's over.
The second one was hard because it had so many extra characters in it other than just the 4. And that kind of threw me off. And whenever I was younger, like I did not know how to like min-max games at all. Like, for example, I played Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, and Caclita took me freaking forever to beat because of the fact that I had no idea. I didn't know about the mush badge. I didn't know about like anything. So I was going in and I beat it. I freaking brute forced it, but it took me like over 100 attempts to be able to beat her because of how hard that crap was. If you were underleveled, that is, which I was. Traumatically underleveled.
One of the things that's interesting about the Golden Sun games is that you can use a fair bit of your magic in the overworld to solve puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's neat, but I found that a lot of the puzzles are less puzzles and more like time wasting, where you will walk into a room and it's like, clearly I have to push this pillar to the other side of the room, so I'm not solving anything. I am tasked with moving this pillar to the other side of the room.
I am subjected to a menial task in a
Basically,
video game.
like, if I walk into a room and I have to study what's going on, that's cool, because I'm like, all right, this is an actual puzzle. But if I walk into a room and it's extremely obvious what to do, and it's just like, this is going to take you 2 minutes. I'm like, okay, well, you're just wasting 2 minutes. This is just wasting time.
Sisyphus game and Chaos Set just said in chat.
Like there were a couple of puzzles in that game that were actually hard whenever I was younger. Like Mercury Lighthouse comes to mind. Like that one I actually had to look up a guide, but once again, I really did not know how to play games. I was a very brute forcey type of gamer back then. So
I seem to know a lot of people like that somehow.
Speaking of like a Sisyphusian task, there is the game of Sisyphus, where you are tasked with rolling a boulder.
There's one of those like stream meme games, right?
Yeah, like a getting over it kind of game. I've seen people play it and beat it, and your reward is starting from the beginning.
That seems very fitting. Steven, I have to apologize. I've been given a request from a birthday girl who says, Sheldor was my favorite He-Man villain. Steven, do you remember him? Please describe what he's like, and sends in this picture.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Describe it to me, Steven.
All right. Imagine a Machamp, but Machamp had an accident like at a log cutting facility and is down to just 2 arms.
So
that's like, oh yeah, we have those. Okay, we have Machamp at home. Machamp at home. Machoke. Okay, so it's a Machoke, and it's got like a special head. It's like a duck, but the duck has been punched in the face, so the duck bill's a little You know what? It's not like a duck. It's like a hawk, because a hawk is like the pointy the pointy beak. It's like that. And
Okay.
and
Dan,
then
I
it's
almost
where
wonder
it's-
if you should link these in the podcast descriptions for those who need to see them.
I'm doing a great job. No one needs to see it when I can tell them what it looks like. It's a machoke that has a hawk's face, and it has like diamonds on its wrists. So it's a very rich machoke. I got it. That's Sheldor.
Beautiful. Happy
I
birthday,
feel like
Tiger.
I nailed it.
I've learned nothing.
Good, you shouldn't be learning things, you're driving.
I could be
is not
listening to
a
an
good time to
audiobook.
learn.
You never know. The Lord of the Rings, as narrated by Richard Simmons.
I would listen to that, actually.
That would be good.
Rest in peace, Richard Simmons.
Pluto, why? Stephen being born like 6 feet tall is a hilarious idea to me. So, how old's your son? Stephen? Oh, he's only 6 months. They grow up so fast, you know.
I love his
Lollipop.
comically small lollipop.
The very tiny lollipop really brings them together. And the I survived giving birth to Stephen George shirt really, really dreadful.
Oh no!
Shout out to my mom.
Your poor mother.
She did it.
She did it.
She did it. I was about 2 feet long when I came out, and that is big.
What weight? Curious.
7.
I'm surprised you know that. I have no idea.
7?
pounds.
Why was that so surprising, Tom? Was that you are tiny or big?
Well, I was 9 pounds.
Yeah, I was 9 pounds 11 ounces, I think.
Why do you all
almost
know
10.
these? How do you all know these numbers? The only thing I know about me as a
Because
baby is I had jaundice.
My mom was very proud of the fact that she was able to release me into the world. She was proud of that fact. So I was 9.
My parents tell a story where I very much question the medical professional who handled me, because apparently he held me up like a trout and said 9 pounds if he isn't an ounce.
So I was 9 pounds or so, and my sister was actually 10. Like she was in the double digits. She was a freaking big baby.
And ask my brother how
you have
how,
a sister.
Yeah, I have a brother and a sister. Yeah.
Amazing.
I gotta ask my brother how much my niece weighed, because she's a big baby.
There are a lot of people in chat that actually know what their birth weight was. That's wild. I think
Yeah.
like my mom had like a journal she wrote when about like when she gave birth to me and my sister. So she let me read the article for me, and she's like, yeah, I was born late. When I was born I had jaundice. I think she had like my weight there, but I don't remember that part. The jaundice part stuck out more because I'm like, oh,
Jaundice part is horrifying.
cool. So that's why I'm all messed up. All right.
Yeah. It's funny that Steven said that, because like I don't normally tell people that I have brothers and sisters. It's just if it comes up in conversation, then yeah. But nah, I don't go up to people like, hey, hello, I'm Jared. I have a brother and sister. Hello, how you doing?
You're not one of those people who just like sidles up to people, slips open the photo album in your wallet, and says like, "Isn't my family great?"
Yes, indeed. So like, I mean, me and my brother and my sister, we all have like really different professions. Like we have different like walks of life. Like I'm the internet dude. My sister owns like a shop in our hometown, and my brother's like a farmer. So like we could not be any more different. Although I will say that my brother is a much bigger gamer than me. He I remember back whenever we were younger, he played a lot of World of Warcraft, and he was actually like top warlock on his server in PvP,
Good
which
Lord.
was freaking ridiculous. Yeah, dude. My brother's a gamer, man. Like it's ridiculous.
They should have put that on the billboard for Dave. If Dave would have advertised himself as top warlock, I think he would have gotten a lot of dates.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he's always been good at games, man. Like Halo, Call of Duty, freaking all of it. I'm glad that he stayed away from MOBAs. I remember he told me, he's like, yeah, I don't play like League of Legends or anything like that because I'll probably end up killing someone. Over how mad he would get.
When you started with, I'm glad he stayed away from, my first thought went to drugs, and when you started MOBAs, I was like, oh, meth!
No,
I'm really glad he stayed away from meth. I mean, you're glad he stayed away from meth, probably.
Yeah, MOBAs. So all right, so I got to tell a story about my brother. So he used to get so upset whenever he would get fragged in a game, like Call of Duty or Halo or whatever. And he would just yell and scream. But what's funny is that right after, like he'd be like, "Ah, frick!" He'd go off, and then you would just hear a guitar in his room. And that's how he would soothe himself, is he would just start plucking away at his guitar while he was waiting for the next game. Because if he lost or whatever, he's just like mad. And he's just it's like the funniest crap, man.
That's like a weirdly healthy way to deal with that, though.
It
That's kind
really
of awesome.
is. After he lays into the person that freaking made him mad over online, and you know how the old like Xbox lobbies would close and there would just be nobody there anymore. He would just. Like, what was the song? Oh, the freaking he would always be playing the song. I can't remember what the name of that song is from Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah, I have heard that riff so many freaking times because of the fact that is what he would usually go to.
I think the song is
It's Snow.
It's
Yeah, 'cause
Snow,
it goes,
but
Snow, yeah.
"Hey-o, I've got you.
Yes.
yeah, Heyo is in parenthesis.
But yeah, he played the frick out of that guitar whenever he was mad, man. That is one of the main things. Like I remember, because I used to watch my brother play, because it was just, man, it was wonderful. I watched him play more games than I played whenever I was younger, just because of how good he was at them. But yeah, man. What is the freaking God? That's an old picture of me, man. Jesus.
You have been given a challenge, Steven. Can you come up to the fight here? Bonus.
This is a tweet, and it says, speaking of callbacks, I decided to go way back. Bonus points if Steven knows the vlog I took that image from of his. By the way, these are all screen grabs from 8 to 10 years ago. And it is the disc-only podcast normal screen, but only is crossed out, and it says retro above it, and then there are photos of us that are all from 10 years ago. And there's a photo of me.
10 years ago? Oh, 8 to 10 years ago, right.
No,
No,
mine
it wasn't
is
10.
definitely longer.
So
Actually, you know what? That
that
probably is right. It probably is actually correct. Never mind.
that is around. It has to be anywhere between 8 to 9. I guess that's right. 8 to 9.
Do I have long hair in mine?
I'm pretty
No.
sure, Tom, your picture is that video you did when we did the pinball thing for Mario Party 5, where we said good luck, Tom.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure that is the picture of you from that, or one of.
Because I would have been. I mean, like, well, it's hard to find, but like, I wouldn't be surprised if someone tried to grab like one of the live action shots from the very first video I put out on YouTube. It's not on my channel anymore, but it's on YouTube.
There is a 0% chance that I could tell you what this photo is from of me. Because, and this will shock you, there are many, many images of me.
I mean, at least.
Is it the
60
one?
frames
Is
a
it the one
second.
of you at the airport where you're looking unreasonably upset?
It's a still from a vlog, which makes this impossible. What year is it? 2024?
4.
It's currently 24. Yes.
So 10 years ago, I lived in an apartment in South Carolina, and then 8 years ago, I lived in a house. So I don't know, somewhere.
Is the photo from the house? Is it too close for you to tell?
It's impossible to. These images are cropped so heavily onto our heads that there's no background information to understand. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Oh,
Okay,
Stevens was
well-
14 years ago. DB Koopa says.
So
Y'all
2010.
y'all know more than we do, man. It's freaking it's crazy. The internet is a crazy thing.
Well,
Like
what was
when
yours
you
from,
have your
Jared?
light.
Sorry?
What was yours from, Jared?
That's back whenever I was playing at the church. That's the white background from the church building.
I know mine's from the Co-optional podcast, so.
Yeah, that was God.
Is that the one where you were trying to prove that it was actually dreary outside and you blinded everybody on the podcast?
That's the one. That's the one.
Man, my first thought, like my gut thought when I first saw this image of me, was that behind me was the shelving that we had in the living room in college that held all of our groceries because we didn't have a pantry. But I was like, well, that can't be right because it's 8 to 10 years ago. And then I learned that it's actually 14 years ago, and I'm like, oh my God, I bet I was right. I bet that's actually what that is.
Day like 20 something. Were you back in college at that point? Because I remember you started the vlog not in college.
God, I don't know. I don't know what I did like 2 weeks ago. Asking me what
Yeah.
happened 14 years ago is too difficult.
So
But I think like recording the vlog for so long has like had some like permanent memory issues for you because your brain's like, oh, I don't need to remember any of this stuff anymore. It just exists.
Oh, I had memory issues in high school, so if anything,
Okay, so the
vlog-
other way around. You started the vlog so you could remember everything.
I mean, it's certainly been a help. I remember being in high school and having conversations with classmates, and they would talk about elementary school, and they're like, you remember when this happened? And I'm like, what are you talking about? How on earth, when you are in 10th grade...
Why do you remember having conversations about things you forgot?
Wait, that
Because
what?
Because that was such a a formative thing that happened in my life. That was one of the first times where I realized that like my memory
your
was
memory is
not
shit?
like everyone else's. Because everyone was like, "Oh yeah, man, like that was a cool when we went on that field trip in 4th grade." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, how can you remember that?"
I've never been there in my entire life.
So I think that's why I remember that so vividly, is because in high school I remember having those conversations and I was just like, I have no idea, I have no memories of like anything.
You forgot the event, but you remembered someone telling you that you went to the event.
Yeah, it's like when you create false memories by looking through old photo albums.
Yeah.
It's
or
the
listening
same thing.
or listening to this podcast where we tell you that you really, really like Big Bang Theory.
See,
Hey man, bazingo.
Mom does that to me all the time, and I don't know if I should be concerned. I had a sunburn. I
Balancas.
showed her my arms. I was like, "Hey, like I was barely outside, and I got this big sunburn." And my mom goes, "Oh yeah, as a child, you were allergic to the sun. A doctor said this, but I thought you got better."
What?
I'm like, "What, Mom? I need to know these things."
There's a joke.
Why would you expose me, the mole person, to the sun?
My chat
There's
keeps
a
calling me a
joke that,
vampire
like-
because of it.
Oh man, like I can't even think about the sun without getting sunburnt, man. It's freaking bad.
I have one hell of a farmer's tan because I take Manti for a walk every day. And so like just my arms and my face are just tan and the rest of my body is pure white.
Whenever I used to do in-home IT, I would usually drive because I was in a truck at this point. I would usually drive with my window down, and the one side of my body had a tan. That was like on the window. So I had a tan on like one side of my arm, but like the other side was just the whitest thing you've ever seen.
There was one time where I rode with Mal from Myrtle Beach back to Wisconsin, and it was her car and she was driving, so I was in the passenger side. And for whatever reason, I kept my arm out of the car, out of the window for the entire trip. Just I don't know. I know kind of why. It's because Mal's car didn't have air conditioning, so that was probably leading into it. But when we finally got to Wisconsin, like my right arm was just red, completely sunburnt, and I was like, "Oh, the sun is outside of the car. That's right. I forgot."
I thought what you were gonna say was that I was on the passenger side, and for some reason the left side of my body got sunburned.
That would be
Impressive.
mysterious.
Steven, I have been given 2 notes. Number 1, the answer for the question of where that picture was from was day 3 of your VOD, of your vlogs.
Day
so
3, wow.
Okay.
And challenge number 2, sorry, you go ahead.
I was gonna say that's still at home. I think the vlog started when I was back on Thanksgiving break, so that was not at college.
Yeah.
And number 2 is, here's a low-effort art for Steven to describe. Jared's billboard, if he had a current one.
I like that. That's great.
This is a very interesting one to describe because it's just entirely text.
No, there is the icon, which is okay. First of all, graphics design is my passion, and secondly, like that just oh my god, man.
Okay,
you got to make it pop, man.
All right,
They did say low effort.
Yeah,
there is
fair.
an image of a rectangle with a gray line at the bottom of the rectangle and a black line jutting out of the bottom of the rectangle. And then at the top of the rectangle are 3 gray curves with yellow circles on the end. Think of like an anglerfish. It's basically 3 anglerfish that have been decapitated and stuck to the top of a rectangle. Now, in the upper left corner of this rectangle is a smaller square that has Mega Man, but Mega Man is playing a drum set. And then to the right of it is this text written in gray, and it says, "Hot Mail Online Entertainer in your area. Do you enjoy drumming? Question mark. Memes? Question mark. FF14? Question mark. Tune in to twitch.tv/the8bit." And then there's a line break, and it says drummer.
I should have made my name the 8-bit line break drummer. Would have been perfect.
So that is the best I could do. That's very detailed.
I do love the fact that that is canonically accurate because Erica introduces me as a online male entertainer to people, and it is just so funny seeing their faces.
It's great.
Now I can't remember. Did I ever tell y'all the story of me being on the cruise and talking to the lady? I can't remember.
I don't remember that story.
The reason why
Based
I'm
on the
asking
fact
is
that the last thing you said was being a male online entertainer, I can't wait to see how this story goes.
Okay. So apparently people in the chat say that yes, I have told the story. Cool. I just wanted to ask because I didn't want another like, hey, haha, Jared can't remember anything moment. But basically, she introduced me to. We were talking to the people that were next to us at the dinner table because you all eat in the same area, and one was a teacher, one was her daughter, and Erica introduced me as a online male entertainer. And without skipping a beat, the teacher goes, or the older lady goes, "I hear there's a lot of money in that line of work." And I'm like, yeah, there can be. So the younger girl was absolutely mortified, but so was I. But the older lady was absolutely, it made her laugh really hard. Now I know I told that story on my stream before. I don't remember if I told it here or not.
I don't remember you telling it on the podcast. But then again, I've got the memory of a goldfish right now. Who are you all?
He's too busy driving. Please continue doing that. Steven,
whoa,
so
I'm on the road.
I got a question for you, Steven.
Sure, Jared.
So you've been doing vlogs for 15, how long now?
I will finish the 15th year in November.
Good God. So think about this for a second. You said that you said earlier that there were a lot of images of you floating around out there, right?
Essentially, yes.
It's freaking crazy to think that every second of footage is 60 pictures of you, or 30, depending on when you were taking those videos.
Or 24 if it was a really old camera.
Yeah, or whatever it is in the UK. I don't know.
I like how you said a really old camera. I know that this is not the time to delve into that, but man, that's an entire topic. So I'm just
were you doing?
I knew that was going to cause issues the second I said
sorry.
it.
That's so triggering, and it's fine. It's totally fine.
It's passion.
Listen,
It's passion.
So we're okay. What were you recording in back then at the beginning?
At the very beginning, I'm actually not sure. It's hard to remember. Because the first few vlogs were done on a actual camcorder, the Canon HV20, and the Canon HV20 could shoot a variety of frame rates, and I was probably.
Did you have a flip?
I got the flip was I got the flip like a week into the vlog because I was like, oh wait, I cannot take a camcorder with me. This is insane.
Yeah, no, it's too crazy.
And the flip shot at 30 FPS or 2997. So I was shooting at 30 FPS until vlog day like 900 or 899 or something when I bought a Canon HS 300 ELPH ELF.
You also tried the iPod for a little while, didn't you?
Yeah, for 2 days, yes. But the Canon, when I got the Canon could shoot 24 frames a second, and I was excited about that. So the vlog from then for many, many years is actually in 24 frames a second.
Oh, okay.
Wow, a really old camera.
Oh my god!
That's right.
And then
at
some point I got another camera and went back to 30, and then in the last several years, 5 years or more, the vlog has been at 60 FPS.
Which do you prefer? I'm curious. Like overall, like which do you prefer? Like, do you prefer that choppier look with the 24?
I mean, at this point, I've accepted that a vlog is probably better presented at 60 because it feels more like real life. I have I went to film school, so like there's a deep passion to shoot things in 24, but it does not make a lot of sense to do that in a daily vlog. So like, I've stopped.
I mean, a lot of music videos are shot in 24 for that chop look, and it works really well, especially with like drum stuff because it's just a really cool looking thing. And like somebody in chat is like, "Don't encourage him." I'm like, "No, I want to encourage him." I'm like. I talking to an expert about stuff like this is always super cool to me. So, but the reason why I even brought it up in the first place was just thinking about how many images are out there of us, you know, in the form of either images or video. Because like, I mean, just from this year alone, I have full VODs up on YouTube of 3-hour streams at 60 FPS. How many images is that? You know, it's like, it's just freaking crazy to me. Like, you can't even really comprehend it. Like, the human brain is just like, that's a lot of pictures. Let's put them together and make them a video.
I just see it as a sort of like movement.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't really understand.
But like, that's the main thing to me. It's like, it's kind of like just unthinkable how many images are out there of people who do video stuff for a living. And I just thought that really freaking fascinating for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, we live in a very weird era because it's so accessible to record anything and put it online from anywhere and make it available to everyone immediately. And that is something that didn't exist when we were younger.
Yeah.
And it's been very cool to evolve into that. Oh my god, what is
Thank you. I was going to ask you to describe it, but you just paid attention to yourself, which makes it even better.
Okay.
I didn't want to interrupt the topic.
This is another image, and if you've played the Kirby game where Kirby can like put a car in his mouth and he becomes Carbo, it's imagine Carbo, but it's Tom. It's Tom. Tom is eating the car. Just imagine Tom eating the car. That's it. That's the image.
And that's the joke. Tom eating a car.
Yeah. So instead of Carbo, it's Tombo.
Tombo.
Tombus.
The car has hair, which Kirby does not.
Tom does, and that's
The
a very
car.
important
I mean,
distinction.
Kirby might have hair. I just not on his head, and
It's
I've
just-
never seen all of. I've never seen all of Kirby.
Nothing,
I'm not
it's something you
subscribed
really
to
don't want to think
Kirby's
about.
OnlyFans or anything, so I don't know anything about Kirby otherwise. But
I got an emote for this very moment. Let me see. Where's Del
Oh, is it
Cake
Kirby
at?
with feet?
Yeah, where's Del Cake at? Frick.
Probably's already posted in chat. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you.
Del's emote.
Yes.
Del has an
Del
animated one
Cake's
too.
feet.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's got animated ones. He's got all types of stuff. He he really likes that emote. Like, it's really funny.
do
There
I
you
have
go.
to describe that? No. Okay, thank God. There was too many things. I was like, that's too much. It's too detailed
Look,
of an image.
we can't keep doing it. Sometimes we do actually have to not do it.
I know. It would. That's all the podcast would be.
Ladies
Oh,
and gentlemen,
thank
I
you.
am at a gas
Somebody made it
station.
big. Yay! Is it a Buc-ee's?
A gas station?
No. Well, I mean,
Gasoline?
it's a charger next to a gas station.
Okay.
Oh, what do you drive, like a hybrid or like a EV?
Tesla.
Oh, nice. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, I got a hybrid because I'm afraid to go without gasoline.
Hasn't been
Especially
bad. I've taken this is the third like long road trip I've taken with it, and it's gone pretty well. It
That's
forces
good.
you to stop after like a few hours at a time, just because of the charge. And like
Yeah.
at the supercharges, it charges pretty darn fast. But like you still got quite a bit of downtime. So while I've got the dog with me, I'm just taking him out for a walk right now.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, like I was going to go electric with my last car, but I was like, man, I live on the East Coast. Like, I need to be able to go somewhere if there's a hurricane. So that was my idea for it. It's like, I'd rather just do it. I tell you what, though, man, the newer hybrids, they get so much gas mileage, though. Holy frick! Like to a tank, I think mine's like an 11, maybe a 10-gallon tank. I get like 550 miles to the tank. It's freaking insane.
Oh my god!
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have to charge the battery of a hybrid?
Nope, it is automatic. While you are braking or like while you're just going at a regular like speed or whatever, it will automatically charge it.
Okay, so the like part of the offset of like the gas engine is powering the battery.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Like how it would be with a normal car, but the electricity is doing more of the work for the car.
Yeah, sometimes the car will turn over. Like if it needs more battery power, it'll turn over the engine, but then that's the only time that the engine's running.
I forgot about the car term of turning over, and I thought you meant the car just flipped.
Yeah, no, it's uncomfortable, but I got used to it. I got better.
Yeah.
The
The car every now and again when the electricity doesn't quite get the power you need, the car does a complete barrel roll, and then it's got the power it needs.
It's like those hand crank like AM radio, FM radios or whatever. Like you have to spin the car in order to get it to go.
What is it? You put the
Subaru will
crank on the
go-
front of it to pump the gas.
Yeah.
My Subaru will go about nearly 500 miles, like 450. But it's probably got. I mean, it's just gas, but it probably is a bigger tank.
I have
Might be
no
a bigger
idea.
automobile.
I have no idea how much mileage my car gets. My car is also from like 2007, so.
I love the fact that I can hear crickets in the background. Like that just is so perfect.
It's so peaceful.
I had to take him out to go to the bathroom.
Dude, I need to tell a joke and then nobody say anything, and that will accomplish the show.
I think Tom has to talk a little bit for it to come through clearly, so.
It does, yeah. I do have to talk a bit for it to come through.
Tom, you should tell a joke and just let it happen.
My wife misses me, but her aim is getting better. Are the crickets there?
No.
Faintly, yeah.
Dude, they stopped right when
Kind
you
of stopped.
They were having a great time, and then suddenly I told a joke, and suddenly no, they're not having a good time anymore.
You pissed off the crickets. How could you?
Oh man.
I have. I truly have. What a monster I have become.
Good joke, though.
So, part of the fun of this is that I get to do the podcast from a convenience store for a little bit.
Oh no.
I need water. So, I mean, it's up to you guys. Do you want me to mute or not?
Your
I mean, we can hold it off for a minute, but if you think it's gonna be,
I'm just more entertained by the fact that you're like, I'm gonna go into this convenience store and still podcast instead of being like, yeah, I'm gonna mute.
Well, no. I'm gonna act normal. You guys can keep the conversation going. I'm not gonna say anything once I'm in there.
Tom,
he's gonna act like he's on a cell phone.
Tom, I need you to know how impossible it is to believe that you can act normal.
I'm gonna maybe ask you mute, but that's all right.
I mean, if he is essentially on a phone call with.
Oh yeah, I just also
People.
realized that like the you might be able to hear the music.
Yeah,
that's
the
coming
music.
through. Yeah, I'm gonna mute.
Yeah.
This podcast brought to you by Green Day.
Uh,
I miss him already.
you know, Dan, while Tom is busy, you can come in and hang out.
Fuck yeah, that's all I've been waiting for. all
Yeah!
this time.
Finally, I love Tom too.
I love the sequel to Tom.
Wait, I thought you were saying I love Tom also.
No. You are the second Tom now. You're Tom
too.
too.
Oh, good, great.
So Tom, too, how's your day going?
Thanks for that, Dan.
It's good.
That's
Hey,
well,
I love you, buddy. Oh yeah, I'm learning Resolve.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah, I guess it would be a good. Maybe we are doing a mid-roll ad for.
Let's do it.
This is definitely a post roll and not a mid roll. It is 10:25, but yes, go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's true. So yeah, we now have a TikTok. Disc.only is the username. Go and do it if you want. If you don't do TikTok, don't worry about it.
That's
Yo,
it. Just don't bother. It's
Worry
okay.
about it. Let every waking moment of your being think about it and create anxiety and stress that it exists.
Anyway, yeah, we're gonna be posting like little highlights and clips and stuff, and it'll be great.
I agreed to it only if I didn't have to touch it, and Dan's gonna take care of it, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I agreed to it only if Dan edited them in Resolve.
Yeah, you said you were gonna quit the podcast if I didn't.
I said I would quit the show.
Yeah.
And I totally would have done it. Don't ever call my bluff. So he
question,
actually
Steven.
did
We
it.
know better. Don't worry.
He
Steven,
actually did it. He learned Resolve, and I love it because I've been asking Dan to learn Resolve for 6 years, and I was like, "Here's my opportunity. He's going to do it. This is it."
6
How do you-
years.
How do you feel about Vegas?
I have left the vicinity of the convenience store.
There is no reason to use Sony Vegas or whatever Vegas, whoever owns Vegas, in the year 2024.
I think Magix owns them.
Yeah, that
There
sounds
is
right.
no reason to do that.
Okay, I'm gonna leave now. Goodbye.
Bye, Dan.
There you go.
I miss him already.
But
I
it's
miss
okay.
him
Now we
too.
have Dan too.
The roles have been reversed.
So I do have a like a technical question, Steven.
Sure.
How hard would it be to go from Vegas to either Final Cut or whatever you recommend, which I'm pretty certain is Resolve?
I mean, it
What do you
depends what
think?
you're doing. Like I use Final Cut to edit the vlog because it's very, very quick and efficient for what I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
But Resolve is what I recommend to people because you can do most things for free. And if you decide that you want some of the advanced features, it is a one-time cost of $300, and then you own it forever. And they've been updating it for a long time, so it is
Yeah.
it's extremely feature-rich. At this point, it is what people should be using.
I'm kind of annoyed with Vegas because of the fact that they went to a subscription-based yearly thing, and like they're really weird with the perpetual licensing. So yeah, I'm thinking because Erica got the coolest freaking thing. Erica got Final Cut on her Mac, and because of the fact that we have like the family sharing thing, I get to use it on my Mac. So it's like I don't have to purchase it again. It's freaking ridiculous.
Yeah,
So
it's great.
I'm
Final
thinking
Cut
about it.
also is $300.
Man, I remember when they
so-
would like sell the previous versions of Vegas on Humble Bundle for cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
Vegas used to be my go-to recommendation for folks that wanted to get into something just a little more advanced than, I don't know, Pinnacle or Windows Movie Maker.
Mhm.
But now it doesn't
Or
make any
iMovie.
sense to recommend it. Like, now they should be using Resolve.
That's fair.
So,
I think I got Resolve for free with that
Resolve
camera
should be
you
industry
recommended.
standard, if for nothing else, than its accessibility.
oh,
Yeah.
Jared, you bought a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera 4K.
Yes.
That comes with the $300 version Resolve. So you have Resolve. You have the full version.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
So
It's that little card, right?
Resolve!
it's on that little card. Yeah, if
It
you
came
buy
with your camera!
if you buy a Pocket Cinema camera, you get a copy. It's actually a wildly good deal. The Pocket
Mhm.
Cinema camera is still a good camera in 2024, at least for studio environments. It's $12.95, and it comes with the full $300 version of Resolve. It's a good deal.
Yeah. No, I appreciate the recommendation. Like the reason why my stream looks as good as it is right now, listeners, is because of Steven. I basically I went to him one day and I'm like, all right, Steven, I'm gonna give you a budget. I need you to tell me what camera to get. And that man delivered, let me tell you. Like my stream has never looked so good.
I should ask Steven to do the same for me, honestly, because this webcam ain't cutting it for me anymore.
Bruh,
I got
I'm
you.
witnessing a drug deal.
he's the man. Yeah, he's trying to sell
One
us
of these
Resolve.
things is not like the other.
Here's the
Yeah.
money. Get me
So
the stuff.
sorry.
Get me the stuff.
There's like 3 teenagers or 20-somethings behind this convenience store, like just sort of hanging out and handing stuff to each other.
It's like a Waffle House.
It very much is.
Oh God. Ugh. But yeah, I appreciate the information because I'm definitely looking to change because Vegas is trying to get me to, oh, you want another year of this? It's going to be another $200. I'm like, I don't freaking think so. No way.
Yeah,
So I got to figure out a new system.
I know that sometimes people are very entrenched in software, and like I don't care what people use. That's between them and God. But if you're paying a subscription fee for software, you may not have to.
Yeah.
And And that's my recommendation for folks.
Yep.
Like I still pay for Photoshop. Because I'm a Photoshop user and have been a Photoshop user for a long time. But the difference is that they only charge you $10 a month for Photoshop. And to me, I'm like, that I will do that. I will not pay $50 a month, but I will pay 10.
Yeah, Vegas has gotten a bit expensive for what it is, honestly. So yeah, I appreciate the information.
No
We're learning
problem.
stuff on this podcast. Well, I am at least.
Do we have to?
Yeah, I know.
Should I be learning while driving?
No.
You're not driving right now, are you?
No, I'm not, but I've been learning anyway.
You can learn now. You're
While
fine.
dr-
It's
while-
fine.
while
It's okay to
driving.
learn now.
Oh, good.
It's not illegal now.
Okay.
You can
Thank
learn.
goodness.
You can absorb the information. Oh, I'm so glad that my mic has a mute button, man. Oh my God. Excuse me. I hope that nobody heard the beginning part of that
Nope, you're golden.
belch of mine.
You're good.
Thank-
You're good.
Thank God.
Sorry, I just threw up into my mouth.
Awesome.
Dan reminded me that if you want to use the entire Adobe collection, it is $59.99 a month.
Hmm.
And that's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. That will add up very fast.
Yeah. Anyway, so Resolve is free. You can do I would say 99% of people that are listening right now that need a video editing software can just use Resolve's free version and would be like, "Oh wow, this is amazing."
The only thing I know about the free version versus like the paid version is It's just the hardware acceleration for while you're using it, right? Is that the only difference?
That's part of it, which is meaningful, but then also there's other features that are only in the paid version. Although Blackmagic has a history of trickling them down. So like in a few versions, they will take features that were in the paid version and just put them in the free version.
Oh, interesting.
They are a
getting the
very
free
good
version-
company. They are a very, very good company.
I mean, they probably make all their money from like tech sales as opposed to like the editor. But having people on the editor like kind of still puts Blackmagic like in their purview.
Yes, and they've again this can get super technical, but like they developed their own RAW format for video, and it's like extremely good and extremely efficient. So then they are selling cameras that shoot in that format, and then they want you to shoot in that format, and then you have to edit it in Resolve. So like they have an entire little ecosystem that they're trying to do.
That's cool. Now, I do have one last question. Going from Vegas to Resolve, is there a learning curve?
Yes.
There will probably
Yes.
be a learning curve.
Okay. I just want to be prepared for that.
You can at least when I started up Resolve for the first time, it asked me if I wanted to like use shortcuts from like other editing software that I used, and I tried doing that with Adobe Premiere, but it didn't like do all of them. So I don't know how well it would work with from going from Vegas to Resolve by doing that.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out because like I gotta figure something out. Also, it might just be better for me to edit with my Mac just for the power because this computer of mine is getting a little bit older.
Resolve is on the Mac.
Oh, it is. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Blackmagic, like it's not like officially that they develop first and foremost for Mac OS, but they definitely do, because whenever they show all of their like tech presentations, it's always Mac OS.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Blackmagic is just that, Blackmagic. We don't know how they're doing it.
Yeah. So you have access to the full version of both Final Cut and Resolve. So like you could take a week with each and just be like, all right, which one do I want to use?
Frick around, find out. Yeah.
I like
Works
that
for me.
mentality.
I do. That's like my motto, but in a good way.
Well,
Well, it's time to hit the old dusty trail.
I have a slice of cake in the fridge, and the longer we take, the more I have to wait before I eat the cake in the fridge. So
Don't worry, Stephen. I did not eat dinner, so I have not eaten since like 1, and it's now 8:30 now. So my body's like, what are you doing?
well, just
I'm
swing
going
by.
to
I'll make you a sandwich.
I'm going to drive to New Jersey.
I'm sorry.
We should do like the quickest outro ever.
To be fair, we could just not say anything. We just leave.
Well, no, I mean,
We
do
can
the
just hit the
outro.
bricks.
Just do it slightly faster.
Oh, okay. I don't think I have speed up enabled here, but
No,
all right.
that's not okay. Go ahead.
All right. Talking points for this episode disco only. Things are weird. Too tall for ceilings. Hello, cars. Pitching psychopathic podcasts. Steven describes images. Buy billboards. Sisyphus Gaming. Beginning wait. Forgotten conversations. Old camera talk. I hear crickets. Tom 2. Tom, you're driving. What you got going on other than driving?
Driving. It's gonna be a little bit weird this week for streams because I'm gonna be at my mobile setup at my parents' house. Yeah, so it's gonna be a little weird. But when we get back, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Hooray!
It's good honesty.
Steven.
So tomorrow, Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, I have started playing the original Subnautica, And Subnautica is very good. I can say with a straight face that it might be the most terrifying game I've ever played. It's not consistently terrifying, but the moments of terror are huge spikes. And that's been fun, especially as someone who has a phobia of being underwater. Been a really good time.
Why did you
And
do this to
then,
yourself?
I just wanted to try it out, and I really like the game. I really like the game because there's a sense of progression that makes you feel very accomplished, but you have to very much face your fears to do the game, and I am facing some fears. And then Fridays we've been doing Zelda, which is going to be wrapping up soon. But this Friday, Mao is out of town, so Haley is going to be joining me for the continuation of Super Mario RPG. And folks will want to tune in for that. That's Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We've been very slowly, every few months, doing another stream of it. And I think we're at Marymore. And, and every time we stream it, Haley makes a completely new outfit that is based on some element of Super Mario RPG. So you have to at least tune in to find out what she's going to wear. It'll be great.
My God. Jared.
That's me. Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, we are drumming on YouTube and on Twitch. 4:30 Eastern. Other than that, I don't really have too many things that are planned. Let me look and see.
Did I say Saturday? I meant Friday.
You apparently
Whatever.
said
Chat's
Saturday.
got my
I
back.
don't know.
Yeah, I'm just vibing, just doing my normal thing. Playing drums. Come on in. We'd love to have you.
Monday, Wednesday, Saturday over here for me. Currently for game clearing on Monday, we're doing Ys, the Oath and Felghana, the 2005 remake of Ys 3, Wanderers from Ys. Wednesday, aka tomorrow, we're going to be doing High Risk Fortune Cookie, where we roll the cookie. Whatever game comes up, we play it, unless we don't want to. And then we can only skip it 3 times. So it brings some weird games you wouldn't normally see on stream up. Saturday's regular cookie, that's pretty much it. And all streams, you can hear my slow descent into madness as I do Dream Watch and I guess now Meditation Watch, which has somehow gotten even worse. Dan, what you got going on?
I guess not much. Besides, thank you to everybody who followed the TikTok account that I mentioned like 10 minutes ago. Disc.only on TikTok. If you don't use TikTok, you know, everybody's got their own thing.
But if you do use TikTok, what are you doing? Follow the account. Dan put a lot of work into making the account, and he's making the videos. You owe this to Dan.
He's learning Resolve.
He's learning Resolve. He's gonna save.
Learning Resolve.
He's gonna save $700 a year.
Yeah.
So please go click the button. He earned this.
I guess 600, because I'm still going to use Photoshop, but that's a lot of money. So please follow.
When are we doing this again, folks?
I mean normal
I am
time.
not available. I'm not available the first Tuesday in September.
Second, then
10th it is.
September 10th.
September 10th.
September
is the
10th.
best
I'm going to
day.
write it down on my calendar this time so I don't accidentally make the mistake of thinking we did not book it.
I gotta admit,
John.
That's my fault. That's my fault.
It was wild when everyone's like, so disc only? And I'm like, it is my 13th wedding anniversary, so no. Goodbye.
I even said, like, I swear there was some reason we weren't going to do it today. And then you just walk in,
It was
like,
on the tip of your tongue.
and like, I'm married. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Why can't we do the show? Steven's married. Oh,
Oh,
that's
it all
right.
makes sense now. All right, folks. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I appreciate it. This has been I'm not used to doing the full-blown Tuesday stream. This is like almost 4 hours in now. So I will see you all here Wednesday. I'll see y'all for Disc Only September 10th. And, of course, a special thank you to Popsky for our theme song, Prism Shard for our logo, Paper Pennies for the beautiful art in the intro, and Motion Dan for producing and running the TikTok now.
Yay.
Don't sound too
Praise
excited.
Yeah!
I told you not to! Don't sound too excited. Now I'm ending the stream.
Oh. Yay.
Hey, good job with the show, everyone. We did the show.
Yeah, we did
It,
it. Tom, you're in a car.
it happened.
I'm gonna hang up now so I can drive. I know the stream isn't quite over yet, but I'm gonna hang up now so I can drive.
Probably
Okay.
a
Okay,
good
well,
plan.
if you just keep talking, you might just stay on the whole thing.
Okay. Bye.
He's gone. He's gone for his safety.
Okay.
He's like, I'm done with this. I hate this. I hate everything. I'm
Oh,
going to bed.
am I Tom? Am I Tom now?
Yeah.
Now
Tom
you're the
2!
Tom 2, baby.
Yay!
Tom 2, baby.
I have a dog.
His name is Tom 3.
Oh my
His name is
god.
Tom.